Okay, so I'm gonna talk to my sister today to get her feedback.
Yeah.
I'm already kind of it's like, why would I want your feedback? The app you have is so much inferior to what we have right now.
Yeah. Well, I sent out, so Jason and my brother haven't used it yet. So I sent them out this morning
Bastards,
that
especially the
communication.
brother.
Yeah. Well, he was going to use it yesterday. So anyway, I've sent it to them saying it was that communication that said, if you haven't used it yet, I get it. But presumably you're going to be reading stories tonight. So just record yourself. So that one went out. And then I sent Olga because Olga's added 3 stories to hers.
Yep.
Which was good to see because she had 2 the first time I checked it. Now she's got 3. So I sent her the kind of tips of like, here's other ways you can use it, different languages, siblings, grandparents. And I said, I'll reach out to her early next week to set up an interview.
Okay, that's great. That is great.
So I'm hoping, on Monday, reaching out to all 3 of them and setting up a time,
Yep.
even if the other 2, even if they haven't used it, booking a time to talk about it will force them to use it.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually you might want to do the same thing with Jason, or at least your brother.
Yeah.
Kind of put a deadline on this because
I'm going to. I'm going to give them the weekend, and then Monday I'm going to I want to set up, reach out to them on Monday and set up something for no later than Thursday.
Yeah. It seems that there will be a specific demo that's going to enjoy this app, not the average family routine.
Yeah.
So that seems to be the case.
What are you what demo are you thinking that is going to be?
Look, Army, first responders, anyone who's doing night shifts who can be at like with the kids at bedtime.
Yeah.
All of those people. So none of the people that we sent it to are away from their kids.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Dude, we'll see. I mean, Amy's we'll have to talk about ads.
Yeah.
Amy's following is huge. Reaching out to finding Instagram groups and talking to them would be a great idea. So there's a lot of like business development that can be done.
Yeah.
So that is very exciting. But I do feel
maybe I'll start doing some of that research today.
Oh, that would be good. I'd love to see the page that you built, or if you made any changes to it.
The web page?
Yeah, have you?
Since yesterday? No.
Okay, good.
No.
But what did Joanne say about it?
She I was playing the commercials for her.
Yep.
Did I tell you this, or did I
already? No, you only like 2 lines in the text.
Yeah. Yeah. So I played I said, before we start talking about your stuff, can I show you something? I just want to get your reaction. So we were on Zoom, so I could see her face.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing the commercials, and she was just sitting there like with like her mouth open, kind of stunned. And part of it was she's like stunned, like, how have you already created all this? Was kind of one of her things. And then she's just like, this is awesome. Like, you guys are going to be fucking rich. And she goes, you've totally just taken the legs out of my talking books, because she sells those books that you Googled online with that have the little speaker on them and the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but ours is obviously superior because it's just on your. And she's like, yeah, shut up, I know.
Well, why wouldn't she sell it at Hallmark?
Yeah, well, maybe she will. I don't know.
If she's a franchisee, though, she won't be allowed to.
No, well, she's not. She does. She's allowed to sell a lot of her own stuff. Like Hallmark Canada actually closed. Like, people thought she was going out of business. I don't know if you remember, like a year or something ago. Like all the corporate stores, and that's how she ended up. She used to only have 4 stores, and when they were pulling out of the market, she scooped up 2 more stores.
Okay, so she's still Hallmark, but she's not.
Yeah, like her store is Hallmark, but she sells. I know she brings in a lot of stuff that's not part of the Hallmark program.
So does she pay royalties still? Not that you would
Yeah,
know.
I'm not sure how it works exactly. And there's things like even with her online business,
Mhm.
there's like she's not allowed to sell certain Hallmark stuff online, and she's had to set up some funny system where like you order things, but then you don't pay right away. You have to then get punted to another site, or they have to email you, or I don't know. Like there's this gray area of how they work around the restrictions.
Did you pitch her the idea about CRM?
Yeah, well, I had talked to her about CRM previously,
Mhm.
and I don't know. She was like, "Oh yeah, we did," and then it was ironic because yesterday when I was talking to her, she goes, "Oh yeah, I've been working with Lexi, who's one of her daughters, who I think she just graduated university." And she's like, she's been working on this whole thing with our MailChimp, and so now we're going to be sending out things, and it's very targeted. Like it was like they've already just implemented everything I talked to her about previously, because she was using examples like the Star Wars stuff. Like if you like, she goes Hallmark, like the main Hallmark that sends out that. Well, this is what she was talking about too. She's implementing her own points card.
Mhm.
So now she'll be able to track exactly what everyone buys. So then she can target her CRM specifically to what it is that you're interested in. So it sounds like from the first time I talked to her about this months ago, they've, because of the pandemic, they've had time, and she's built a whole program around it. But a lot of it seems like it's not fully automated. Like they're using MailChimp, and they're doing a lot of manual
That's going to be
stuff.
terrible.
So,
Oh well, good for her. Good
yeah.
for her. At least she listened. At least your message resonated.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was just coincidental or what, but my impression is from the first time I talked to her about it, when she wasn't really doing much of anything, to now they've got on board with the idea. So yeah, so it's encouraging. And then she goes, I asked her, I said, well, how much would you pay for this? And she goes $9.95. And I was like, yeah, we're thinking we were doing spreadsheets anywhere between $4.99 and $9.99. She's like, no, $9.95. Like she seemed to be very insistent on $9.95.
Let's try that. I mean,
And then I said, well, what about, I go, well, how do you feel about subscriptions? She goes, I hate subscriptions. And she goes like, I wanted to get this plant app, and it's free for 7 days, but you have to give them your credit card before you start the free trial. And then if you don't cancel it, then you get billed. So she goes, anything like that, I just can't, I don't even sign up for it.
Yeah.
So I go, yeah, but that's not what this subscription would be. She goes, no, I hate having too many monthly things. And so I just want a one-time fee. I'm like, okay, that's good feedback.
It's interesting. Yeah, it would be. So what do you think? What should the price point be? Because essentially you get a one-time shot of a person putting their eyes on it, especially if Amy's sensitive. It's not like she's going to blast it every single time.
Yeah.
But we would want to ask her to include it in like a welcome sequence.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we need to get a few more opinions.
Yeah.
And then we have to also take those opinions with a grain of salt, because it's all
everyone's going to have everyone's going to have
based on different perceptions and stuff.
Yeah. So Natalie, I asked her, like I said, so you've seen the app, you played around with it. How much would you pay for it?
Yeah.
She said $4.99. Well, no, sorry. Her exact words, anything below $5.
Yeah.
And her rationale was like, look, $5, it's not an amount I'm losing any sleep over. Like $5, it's close to a coffee. It's like $5 is insignificant. $5 is nothing.
Yeah. Like if you drop a $5 bill, you might think twice about whether you're even going to bend over to pick it up or not.
Well, precisely. Yeah, kind of like $5. It's a no-brainer. Even if I never use it, $5, done.
Yeah.
$10. So I mean, sorry, that was not part of the conversation. Her response was exactly anything below $5, $4.99.
Yeah.
But again, we now have opinions of one.
Yeah.
So what I wrote to you yesterday is we should. I'll set this up. we should set up a couple of campaigns pointing to a page
Yeah.
and see if we get conversions, and we do Kajabi allows you to do A/B tests, right?
Not, I mean, you can set up multiple things and test them against each other. It doesn't really.
No, but it's the same link.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm going to take
unless I could be mistaken. I haven't seen anything like that.
Then I'll take your copy. I'll just shamelessly recreate everything you built on a page, because it's very easy to do, and you and I will have access to the results.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, we can test it on the broader population.
Yeah.
And then if we see that conversions on I-99 are substantially less, drop it. Or if we see if they match, then we drop the $4.99 immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll do that before we need to establish the sweet spot before we blast Amy's audience.
I think we do. And besides, launching to a cold audience is less of a problem, because you don't want to upset Amy's audience.
Yeah.
She's being very kind to us, so we want to be respectful of that.
Yeah.
We'll run an ad.
We could do. I'm just trying to think. Like, we have my brother's audience, which is 1,500 followers.
Yeah.
I don't know if we use that audience as a test audience. I'm not sure.
We could.
But I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'd hate to go $4.99 if we could get $9.99, but I'd also hate to go $9.99 and not
convert,
make it a no-brainer. Like, I think the
thing is, Greg, in my opinion, again, opinion of one, I would rather get a massive audience, because you can do shit many things with massive audience.
Yeah. You
can go to Nestle, like all of those baby formula places. Dude, but if you don't have an audience, if you have a very loyal but small audience, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So I feel that we can do a lot more on the back end of this.
Yeah.
Then the way I see it, it's like we're trying to collect leads here, a very specific targeted leads, because we know that they have kids between the. It's amazing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We have I don't know how many people will use it, but we have a store, we have an affiliate program going on, because now that we can populate Google Sheets as like with formulas, I can make it happen very easily. I'll do the proper US, so it's all like any countries can use it. Spain, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we can monetize on that stuff. Not a lot, but still we can.
Yeah. My brother.
Need to take it?
No, he's probably in his car. I'll call him back.
For brother?
I have a call at 10, by the way, so.
I see how this works now. You're down today. You're a bit of a low mood today.
Well, I have a coaching call at 10 and then at 4.
Okay.
2 of my peer coaching guys.
Okay, let me just walk you through so you're on the same page where we are. Yeah. And then we can.
I mean, the more I hear you talking about this, like $4.99 might even be the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, that's
like, you may even want to go $2.99 or $3.99.
No, you want to leave some room for affiliates.
You want what? Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the thing. Otherwise, we're not making a single cent.
Yeah.
So that's perfectly fine, because that gives you room to give 50% to affiliates should they want it.
Yeah.
And no problem.
Do you need to pay them that much, 50%?
No, but if they ask for it, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening should be like about 25%, 25%.
Yeah.
Remember, when you go to somebody with a big audience, and I was listening to a podcast about this, they don't want to talk to you unless it's kind of like, you're not giving me the amount that I want. Okay, that's fine. Because there's another 100 people in line after you.
Yeah, they're the gatekeeper.
Yeah, they've established themselves, and this is essentially the same position I want to get to.
Yeah.
When you can communicate to those same. There's a look. It's a highly targeted list. It's not a list of those people who want to buy like Bitcoin or like work from home schemes. Yeah. It's a very, very lucrative list. Yeah. You turn that when we turn that app into what you were talking about, grandparents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But since I'm not able to lift your moods with all the potential today, I'm just going to walk you through where we are today. So first of all,
here's the thing you don't understand. My mood just went up 25%. You can't even tell.
I can't. No, I'm glad I'm never playing poker with you. So look at this. Apparently Zap was working. So I'm just going to delete all of these. Okay.
Yeah, that was weird yesterday when I went to use it, because like my picture would come up and it was there. And then when I went to hit, like the flow was excellent. Like the way you would set it up when it walks you through each step, I was doing it going, fuck, this is so much better experience than the last version. And then I got to the end where it was like, I forget what the button says, like all done or something.
It says all done. Yeah.
And then I was getting this error message kept popping up. And then it
kept popping up every time you would hit it.
Well, I'd hit the button and it would come up this little black box. I don't know if it had a
triangle with an exclamation mark.
Yeah, something. And then so then I hit the profile, the menu button, look at my profile, and my picture wasn't there, but my picture was showing on the screen.
That takes a while to refresh.
Yeah. Then when I left it for a while, and that's when I communicated to you, and then you said try it again, and I opened the app up, and everything was fine.
Yeah, no, that was the Zap, because there's supposed to be a Zap collecting that information, populating into the Google Sheet. Now I'm going to remove that. Actually, you know what? Let me just make a note of that, because we don't need it right now. But yes, because when Zap is not connected, it doesn't work, and that throws off an error.
Okay.
It's like the action. So that's expected behavior. So what you have right now, so in Google Drive, this is our crushing it. This is where the books are. Yeah. Storytime GS Google Sheets is where everything lives. This is the old one that I used to write to. So here's I'm just walking you through. So you're first showing off so that you're in the know. So users is where everyone's all of this I need to test today.
Yeah.
So this is where it all populates. Books. Narrations, as we had before, user-family relationship. This is what I'm going to be testing today, because I will be trying to create that choose a family button.
Yeah.
Store, this is I love, because you can copy and paste into here, or you can even write formulas to create this. User guide is here, so I've copied everything here. User guide will obviously have to change, but that's okay. App product, this is where you buy, but we don't necessarily need this anymore. And access level is the same as we had.
Yeah.
There is also a place where we can capture login information. I'll look. I know that someone in the community has shared how you, like when people log in.
Yeah.
I think it's very valuable just to see usage.
Yeah.
Then so that's all set up.
Yeah.
As you go to Glide, I haven't changed the icon just to make sure you can easily discern the two.
Yeah. So I canceled the pro plan yesterday.
Yes, good job.
And
Did they refund you?
What's that?
Will they refund you?
I don't know. They have a thing you can do. You just get credit back on, like, you only get charged for the period of time that you had it, which was only the day, right?
Yeah.
So it's not really worth pursuing so anyway, then you just get a credit until you apply. It applies against your account, so it's fine.
Okay, so you could use it towards Jamie's app.
Yeah, I think so. Aren't we going to use Pro though on our final app version to remove the Glide branding?
That's the interesting thing. Yeah, we might, but we don't have to launch with that.
Yeah,
there's absolutely nothing wrong with built with Glide.
Yeah,
this is how it looks. See any difference? No, you shouldn't see any difference.
I don't see any difference.
If you do, that's a problem.
No.
So everything works the same. Oh, that's interesting. See, when edit mode is true, edit mode is true. Oh, okay. It's the actual. Well, see, this is why testing is required. Sorry, dude.
I was just like ultimately impressed yesterday that you're like, yeah, I've rebuilt the app. I'm like, fuck, that guy's like, you could probably build this app in your sleep now.
No. Bookstore and navigate to tab, user guide. There we go. Those were not created. So yeah, that's done. Yeah, and I'm also just like finding out that I'm not, there's a lot of stuff that you can do, because when you work with sheets, like there are people using array formulas for something, they're using it for more static stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to know, when you said yesterday, the roll-up functionality, when you can get, not the roll-up, when you get all of the values into one row.
Yeah.
What was the function name?
I don't know. I don't even remember talking about that.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about, what's it called? When you have, I'll show you. So here in user family, for each user email, I want to see a cell which comma listed or something, all of the families they have access to.
Oh, like a concatenated,
something like that.
Summary.
Yep. Oh, you know what? There's another thing I can do. Oh shit, I can do another thing, but how? So here's the thing. When Glide reads Google Sheets, if you have columns with the same name, but then sequentially different by digit one, so family 1, family 2, family 3, family 4, it takes all of those into a single cell. How would you write to that? So how would you create that? I know how to do that in Excel. Like you would look for the next empty cell and write that value. I'll think about that. There might be something there. Anyway, back to here. So all of this seems to work. I need to like play around with actual books. Yeah. I think I've made sure that everything here is editable as we had before. Books. That's, oh yeah, because this book leads to absolutely nothing and there are no narrations here. So yeah, I'll need to do more testing. Bookstore, user guide, like all of this is recreated.
Yeah, I was worried there was something wrong when I saw book 1 repeated twice, but that's just because there's 2 entries called the same thing. So it's...
yeah, that's and then the beauty of it, I've actually added yesterday. Greg, oops, at fisher.ca. Test 1, yep, at Gmail. I cannot type. Oh wow. Dude, I love the fact that you can write onto here. Like I'll just put this in. You go back to the app and you go back to the family. Ta-da! There you go. That's you. And the only reason you don't see anything here is because I need to just refresh it quickly.
Cool.
Done. So from the back end, you're just added the user, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will need to test it with Thrivecart. The thing is, we can do the buy button in the app, which is probably going to be a good idea. It's just a simpler experience.
Yeah.
And
when you do it in the app, like it just opens a Thrivecart page on your phone.
It'll go through Stripe, but we don't have to. And we can just push them out to a splash page, which is Thrivecart.
Yeah.
Remember, this is still a website.
Yeah.
We talk about this as if this, but we can just have a splash card linking to Thrivecart. I have not tested it yet because you know that you have that pop-up checkout card. They check out because Thrivecart connects to ActiveCampaign and quite honestly, anything else that you want to do.
Yeah.
All of the information is tracked and passed on to any application from there. It's just, why would you want to pay another 2%?
Yeah, no,
Thrivecart can process the same thing with the same Stripe.
Yeah, well, you're already paying Stripe their 3% or whatever.
Yeah, 2.8. It's like them and PayPal are exactly the same.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I want to find out. And as soon as that happens, Thrivecart pushes information through a Zap into Google Sheets, maybe even directly into Google Sheets. Actually, you know what? Just quickly out of curiosity. This is what I like about open environments. I love the fact that they all connect.
Yeah.
So go to account and settings and view integrations. Let's see. Integrate now. HubSpot. Kiffic. Look at this. Motherfucker. And you know why this is important? Let's take a look. You have not authorized Thrivecart to access. Click the button below to sign in. Authorize Google Sheets.
Ian, can you put the kettle on for me? Thanks.
You are now able to store. Oh, does Ian hear me swearing?
No, that's fine. He watches like John Wick and stuff. He's a teenager with full access to the internet. There's nothing you could say.
Then he's forgot. That's a lost cause.
There's nothing you could say that he hasn't already heard. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine being like a 13-year-old kid with full access to everything that's on the internet?
No.
Like I don't think I would have made it to 18.
Yeah. I would have shut up everyone. Look at this.
Nice.
Why? I wonder.
There must be a way to link a sheet that would then be there instead of none.
Yeah. Personal info, pricing info. My new spreadsheet. Yeah, I'll look into that. Because if I can do it from here, then you can save on buying Zapier.
Yeah.
Because you can only have
that's even better. Yeah.
So yeah, that gets me very happy and excited. But as soon as they buy the here in users, you have paid column.
Yeah.
That check mark goes off, and that means that they have access to the ability to create their own family.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this is one thing good thing I remembered, because outside of everything else, one thing I wanted to talk to you through is I'm more and more leaning to the point where you just want to have one person add somebody.
Yeah.
And then rather than being able to send it to a family member, and family member can add another family member and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like anyone that the owner of the app, they have to add the person.
Yes.
And then those people that have been added, they can only see stuff.
Yeah, they can.
Or can they can add, what can they add? They can add books and audio.
They can add
not
books,
people?
and they can so they can add a book, they can add a narration, they can edit a narration, but they cannot edit the book.
Okay.
Because essentially you can have the same book, and if
Yeah.
they delete the book, then it's deleted for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there might be already a narration attached to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Can you set it up too that I don't know how you.
I'm gonna create, because
just what you just said. I don't know if there's a thing where it's people can't delete. You can't delete a book if it has narrations, or there's a warning that warns you. I don't know.
If a book has narrations, yeah, I can set it up as an if then column. If this is not blank, then
yeah, I just don't know. Like if you wanted to delete, I don't want to make it too arduous for somebody to delete something, but at the same time, like you'd want to be like, if you're deleting a book, then conceivably you'd also want to delete the narrations for that book. Although I don't know if there's any incentive to do that in terms of cleaning up the data or whatever.
see, the thing is,
I don't think there's going to be a lot of deleting going on.
no, I don't think I think that's an unnecessary complication here, because technically you can delete the book and all of the narrations will disappear. They're still there. You just won't have access to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to create a spreadsheet as I get off this call to try to map out the user preferences.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to keep it in my head, because if today is one thing, tomorrow is another thing, and I'm just going to put check marks, because if that's the case, and we'll find out that users who buy it then come back with feedback saying, oh, I mean, my granddad really wanted to add someone, but it's now such a pain in the ass that I have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We can add that feature. We know how to add that feature.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're on the right track there for sure.
Because then you definitely have the distinction between an owner who has the button to add family members.
Yeah.
And a family member who doesn't have a button to add family members. And then a user who doesn't have any of those buttons whatsoever. It's like a perpetual edit mode on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Perfect.
I like that. I actually like that.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. And then the only thing I'll have to go back to is just choosing between families.
Yeah.
Like if you add narration, you need to be able to pick a family off.
Is there a way in the screen, like instead of using the tab buttons?
Yep.
I'm just thinking of like the ultimate user-friendly interface for children, where those buttons would just be two big buttons on the whole screen, family, and like it's just another screen, I guess.
What would you want to achieve?
Well, I just in terms of being able to know where those buttons are. I don't know. I'm maybe overthinking it, but.
So you're saying instead of the buttons at the bottom, just have two buttons on the screen?
Yeah, like two big buttons.
There's absolutely no problem doing that. It's so what you're talking about is, where is this? This is this.
I got to run, but
oh yeah,
don't worry
good
don't
for
worry
you.
about
Ask a question and then say, I don't really care about the answer. You figure it out.
Yeah.
It's essentially when you turn this mode off, instead of all of this, there's just two buttons here.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this disappears.
Yeah, and it could be those same two icons.
Yeah, I don't know if the tabs
as images.
I don't know if tabs can be like hide tabs. There was a setting somewhere.
Yeah. Like I think what it is, you just set up like a cards view, and there's two cards, and they take up half the screen each, and one is the icon of the books, and one is the icon of the family as the image on those two cards.
Again,
then,
there's one thing that I have to say about that. That is assuming a child is using the app.
Yeah.
And one of the, do you have questions that you're going to ask your testers?
I haven't come up with them yet, no.
Because I was thinking of saying, like, does the color scheme work? What would you pay for it? Is there anything that stumped you that you didn't understand? And then this is another good question to ask. Would you how would you see yourself using this? Because I have a feeling that we think that we're building this for a child, taking it in their hands and using it, but that's not past the age of 3.5.
No. Well, my twins, my brother's twins, they'll be 4 in July or June 10th. They're carrying my sister-in-law's phone around with them all the time. Like they're handling the phone at this age. Like a year ago, probably not, but in the 3s, that is starting.
Yeah, I mean, Misha used to play. I mean, we're very much against screen time because it's detrimental to development, or at least that's my belief. Yeah. But when he was playing like some silly games on his phone, he would have to have me navigate, because you know why? He can't read.
Yeah. So well, that's why I'm saying if there's 2 big buttons and it was like just the icons, but.
Okay, I know you don't want to talk to me.
Sorry, I gotta run. I gotta go to the washroom and get ready for my call.
Yeah, I don't care about you either.
All right.